Please welcome to the stage Chief Communications Officer for Gearbox Entertainment, Dan Hewitt.
Hey, everybody. Wait, do we need to do that again? Do we need a better introduction? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Dan Hewitt. There we go. Wow, holy bananas, there are a lot of people here. Thank you so much for making time during PAX, and welcome to the Gearbox Main Theater Show. We're so thrilled to have you here. And if you are watching from home, or if you're working from home, we are thrilled that you are watching us online. You're a part of our Gearbox family as well. Now, a little bit of housekeeping thing. I will tell you I've been having a little bit of a morning. My day started with a call from Randy Pitchford, and I picked up the phone, saw it was him. It's like, hey, Randy, what's up? Unfortunately, Randy told me that he's not feeling the best right now. He's feeling a little bit rough, feeling a little bit tough, and at Gearbox, we prioritize people's health. And so he and I talked about, you know what, maybe it's best if you kind of hang back. I'm worried about the team. He's worried about the team. We want to make sure that all of you are as safe as possible. So we made the decision to not have Randy be in the show today. But can we do one thing? I'm confident. As a matter of fact, I'm 100% sure he's watching online. Can we all give him a round of applause and send him our love? We love you, man, and we hope that you're feeling on top of the world soon. So at this point in a normal PAX show, you'd get a magic trick. But there is no magic trick today. If you really miss the Randy magic trick, I bet you can go to YouTube, and there are plenty of great tricks on there. You can watch those there. How about we do this? How about we get straight into the games? Folks want to talk about games? Yeah. There we go. That's fantastic. All right, I want to welcome to the stage Bruno Fontanetti from the Risk of Rain team. Bruno, come on out. Hey, Bruno.
Hi.
How you doing, my friend?
I'm very excited to be here.
I bet you are. What do you got cooking?
Oh, first of all, I want to say hello, PAX. Hey, so of course I'm Bruno Fontanetti, the Risk of Rain 2 lead game designer. Excuse me. And that just means I work with a lot of creative developers at Gearbox to work on the Risk of Rain franchise, and we're so excited about it. We are so proud to take up and build where Hopu Games has left off. They've created such a wonderful foundation for us. We've been working with them for years, and we've been supporting their projects, and we're super honored to take up the reins. Now, we have some very big shoes to fill, but we've been taking some steps, like releasing our DLC, Seekers of the Storm, as a Gearbox first DLC. Hey, Dan.
Yeah?
Can you show these wonderful people what we've been working on?
Do you guys want to see what we've been working on? Let's roll it. That looks so good, and you know what I love about it? I love seeing Chef back in the mix. That's just as perfect.
We do too. We absolutely love Chef. Secrets of the Storm is now available on PC, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation, Xbox, and all modern generations of console hardware. I want to take a beat and talk about a little bit about how much the team loves this IP. And we've been working really hard on patches and to address all the feedback that we've been getting out there. More patches and information will be coming out soon. We are super excited to be part of the growth and the future of the Risk of Rain franchise. Now, if you want to know more or keep up to date with us, please join us on Discord or any social media. Risk Rain 2, Secrets of the Storm, is just the beginning of what we have planned, and we're so excited to share more with you soon.
Awesome. Thank you, Bruno. I appreciate
you.
it. How about that? That was his first time out here. That was amazing. He did such a great job. All right. Let me ask you a question. Who wants free things? Who loves free things? Let's get the free things started. Hey, Erica Hollinshead-Stead.
Please welcome to the stage Erica Hollinshead-Stead, Director of Franchise Creative Development.
My friend.
And Sam Winkler, Narrative Director.
All right. So, do you guys want to play a game? All right. So, we are going to play a game of swag or fail. Are you scared? A little bit? A little bit? Okay. Before we do, we need to have a quick word about our sponsor of the game, which is GearboxLoot.com, your place for all your Gearbox loot needs. All right, so I need some assistance up here, so I'm going to be assisted by our lovely Sam.
Hi.
And also Joel, wherever Joel is. So I think my assistants are pretty lovely, but I don't know if they're lovely enough. So I might need some more help. There are a few of you out there who I gave sad Claptrap birthday party tokens to earlier. Bring those on up.
Big hand for our participants.
Woo! Yeah, come on, I need lots of cheering here.
Encourage them.
Do we?
All right. So, as we get these participants to the stage, let's talk about the rules of our game. We are going to give challenges to our participants. They are not going to be able to win anything for themselves. They are trying to win things for you guys.
Woo!
All right. Now, check underneath your seat. There may be an index card with a picture of a D20 under your seat.
Or a car.
What? There may be a car?
Yeah.
There may be a car. If you, for some reason, are in a chair that does not have a card, just look around under other chairs that are unoccupied, because that would be awkward. And see if you can locate on your personal D20. All right, let's have you all stand up here. All right, yeah, just kind of roughly form a line.
Down.
Let's see, yep, Joel's gonna put you right in place. Okay, so I see
Let's make an arc.
all of you are all dressed up. You put a lot of effort into your outfits. Would you say that you guys are all big Borderlands fans? A little bit, a little bit. Are you dedicated to this community? Dedicated enough that you are willing to win prizes for them while you win nothing?
Nothing at all.
Do I get my pound of flesh?
We'll see about that. We'll talk after. All right. So, are we ready to play swag or fail? All right. Let's start with a softball question. This is going to be trivia. You all are going to confer amongst yourselves. If they look lost, you guys help them, okay? The question is, who are Moxie's children? Confer quickly. Do you know? All right. Ellie and Scooter, that is correct. All right. And I messed up. I didn't tell you what prize we're playing for. We're playing for the World of Borderlands lore book. But again, not for you guys. For you guys, nothing. Let's find out who gets the lore book. The lovely Sam is going to roll a dice.
Dice. That's a 4.
4. Check your D20 on your card. If you have a 4, come on down to this side of the stage to claim your lore book. All right. And let's have another prize on the board. We got to roll fast so we can give away a lot of prizes. We have a bandit minifigure, which at least one of you probably wishes you could have. All right, so next question, and you guys might need to confer amongst yourselves for this. What protein is contained in bandit blood? Please answer in the form of a pun.
Didn't go to Bandit High School.
All right, time is ticking. Do you have an answer? Good protein. Good protein. I'm sorry, that is not the answer we're looking for.
That wasn't even a
pun. The answer we are
pun.
looking for is mehemoglobin.
Boo.
Okay, moving on from that one. Our next challenge is going to be a challenge for all of you together. Again, some of you could win some of these assorted Borderlands t-shirts. You up here must participate, and you can win
Nothing!
nothing. All right, so we are going to have everyone on stage, everyone in the audience, dance like Claptrap, exactly like Claptrap, for 1 minute. And to help with that, can we get some wub wub?
3, 2, 1, drop!
You too, Sam, come on. Check them out, they're dancing. All right,
This
cut the
guy's
music.
into it.
Cut the music. I know that wasn't 1 minute, but I want to give away more prizes. This is a hard one to call. Do y'all think you passed or failed? If you think you passed, you're going to have to get a little bit more serious about it. Tell me you passed. All right, I think we can roll on it.
And the winner of the dice. 12!
12. If you have a number 12 on your D20, come on down and get your t-shirt. T-shirts are going to be random. You can trade them amongst yourselves if you would like. All right.
They're all larges. You get what you get.
Let's get another prize on the board. We've got a Zane statue from Weta Workshop.
Yeah.
And let's do a little Zane trivia. You guys ready? Everybody ready? Which of these is not an actual skill from Zane's action tree, from Zane's skill tree? No Way Out, Bad Dose, Double Pour, Salvation, or Death Follows Close? Confer amongst yourselves. Be quick. Do you guys know what it is? Nobody's going to help him? Nobody's going to help him?
Which one of you is Zane?
Yell it out if you know.
D for dicks?
All right, give me your final answer. What's your answer altogether?
Dicks.
D? That is not the answer we're looking for.
She doesn't want the D.
Oh.
Thanks, guys. It was fun. Thanks a lot.
Okay, for a saving throw, if our bandit can yell a bandit line, should we let somebody win the Zane statue? All right.
Who wants to meet puppets?
Who wants meat puppets? All right, Sam, let's roll them.
Dice. 19!
Number 19. Who's got a number 19? Come on down. All right. For this one,
Less enthusiasm.
we're going to need, woo! We're going to need some props. All right. Okay, let's see. Let's have you be in charge of the labels. And we're going to give each of you a skin. Okay. All right, so hold them up like it's a photo op. Let's see your faces on these skins. Yep. Okay. All right, so the task is that collectively, they need to correctly label each of these skins. You guys can help. So if you think you know, go ahead and shout it out. All right.
Who's this one?
Who do we have here? What's this one? Our choices are He's on Fire, Clean Slate, All-Seeing Eye, and Midnight Sky. All right, we have labeled one. On to the next one.
This is the crowd that's talking. These are the smart people.
I'll give you the next one when you're ready. All right. All right. Okay, audience. Is this Midnight Sky? Is this All-Seeing Eye? Is he on fire? That seems like a problem, but okay. Is this Clean Slate? All right, let's check them. Midnight Sky, correct. All-Seeing Eye, correct. He's on fire, correct. 100%. All right, Sam. Sam, I need you to roll me a really good one for this.
I can do that right now with my dice. That's going to be a 1.
A 1.
Who's number 1?
If you are a critical failure, come on up here. You're going to get a Borderlands hat, so you'll have a head to go with those skins. All right, can we have some applause for our critical failures here? You've all failed very well. All right, let's get another prize on the board. We got to go fast here. We have a copy of issue number 1 of Tiny Tina's Wonderlands Land of the Giants comic book. The question is, what do these characters have in common? Tannis, Lilith, Maya, Brick, Angel. They're all sirens! I actually thought that was going to be a little harder question than that. All right, Sam, are you going to roll?
I am going to roll my dice. 14!
14. If you've got a 14, come on down and get your comic book. All right, should we let these people set these signs down? No? I guess you guys can set the signs down. I like the signs too. But we do need you to do something. So. All right. I'm going to go over here and just loot something from Sam.
My dice!
Sorry, buddy. You get nothing.
Nothing.
All right. So let's just have a reminder. What are these people going to get?
Nothing!
All right.
0.
But for all of you who know that the prettiest siren's name is Rick, you're probably going to be pretty excited about this prize. We've got a deluxe edition of Bunkers and Badasses tabletop RPG. Excited? All right. We need somebody amongst you to roll a 20. One by one, approach the podium. Okay, before you roll.
Wisely.
It's going to be, nobody out here is going to be able to see what the roll is. So we need you to get real animated. We need you to show like big exuberant joy or like crushing defeat and failure, okay? Let's see your joy. Joy? Show me joy. Come on.
Practice joy.
All right.
Experience
Crushing
joy now.
defeat.
Now, do
Show
it.
me crushing defeat. All right.
You
haven't
seem a lot more
lost
comfortable
yet.
with defeat.
All right. Bandit, roll them.
Joy.
What am I trying to do?
You're trying to roll a 20. I need somebody to roll a 20. No! Defeat!
Next.
All right.
This day.
0. Should I let them have an additional chance? All right. Crushing defeat! All right.
Did you roll a 0?
Lilith? No, 20.
Add a dice. dice.
All right.
Come, be merciful.
Sorry,
My
Sam.
dice!
All right, let's have the handsomest one.
They gave me one line to say, okay?
Come on, everybody.
Were you in the mirror going,
No 20s. All right, Sheriff. All hope
do
is
we have
on
like
you.
10 more dice?
All the hope is on Nisha here. She's not very nice generally.
Can we get her off the stage?
I can't take this. 20.
Yay!
20!
Everybody
Where's the 20?
wins.
20. We have so many 20s up here. We have 4 20s, you guys. All right. That was not even an intentional joke. All right. So, Sam, can you roll to find out who gets it?
I already did.
You did? What'd you get? What'd you get?
It's a 6.
It's a 6.
Who's got a 6? Look at that big
All right.
6.
Let's find another question here. But you know what? I bet somebody out there has got a 20 on their card. If you've got the 20 on your D20 on your card, why don't we just give them another Bunkers and Badasses? You guys, we are not going to do that if you're not hyped. Come on. All right. Okay. All right. Maintain that hype level. For this challenge, our prize, there are some adorable little plushy keychains, various characters. We're going to need you to label, Joel's getting our prop here, you're going to have to label the anatomical parts of a skag. So this challenge has a couple of rules. You have to use all of the labels, and all of the labels must be placed correctly. Do we have our skag easel? Our easel has gone missing.
Got it.
All right.
Another well-rehearsed skit.
We're so good at physical comedy, you guys.
Just put it up. Just go for it. Doing it live. Let's go.
I know how it works.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. We've got a picture of a skag. Joel, can you get our skag labels, please?
Our which now?
I know where they're at.
Labels.
Okay,
I thought you said skag weevils, and I was like, what are you talking about?
get the skag labels.
One to each player?
Go ahead, pass them out. They're going to have to work together to label all the parts of the skag. Here, you got 2 hands. All right. Label the parts of the skag. I'll move it up a little bit. Remember,
This
you
is
must
good.
use every label, and they must be placed correctly. All right, I'm going to give you a few minutes. Go.
Go.
Do, do,
Yeah, don't
do,
wait.
do.
Just go for it.
All right. Okay. We got to check our work here. All right, we've got a mouth, roughly where the mouth is. This where the mouth is? Is this the eye?
Gave out an extra. We have to-
The claws? The spikes? Hold up a minute, guys. Before we go to that other place, how would you all like to get a digital goodie that everyone can have? Okay, so we're playing for all the things now. Somebody's gonna get some plushy keychains, and if this works out, all of you can have that digital goodie. Let me check the answer here. I am sorry. Technically speaking, skags do not have buttholes, so this
Butthole.
answer is incorrect.
It's a Trojan butthole.
Is that when someone puts a wooden horse up your butthole and you, I don't,
He said it, not me.
yeah.
Correct!
Is this a correct solve? Let's check the cards. The card reads, as skags do not have buttholes, the only correct solve is to pin the butthole label on the host.
You are a harsh mistress. You have to knight her. Knight her with the butthole. Forehead. There you go.
Just like the queen does.
Kicks the sword and goes, whoop.
In all honesty, though, guys, I don't think we can count that as a pass because you needed a lot of help.
Count it! Count it! Count it! Count it!
Should we count it?
I don't want to give it to him.
Are you sure?
They called me a butthole.
Do you need a hug?
Quiet you.
Do you need a hug to feel better about this? All right. Just give him the prize. It's okay. We're going to be all right.
Yeah.
We're doing this together.
Okay. I'm going to hold that digital goodie because I'm mad. But let's go ahead and roll for the keychains.
Rolling for keychain with my dice. We got 18.
18.
Come on down.
If you've got an 18, come on down. Well,
One, the rest are in.
I think I've been yelling a little bit too much, guys. All right. I don't want to give you the digital goodie. I think you guys like free stuff. Do you like free stuff? Now I'm not convinced. Do you guys like free stuff or not? All right. I think they like free stuff, but I think there's something we could give them that they want more.
A car?
I said something we could give them. I think they would rather hear about Borderlands 4.
Oh, damn!
Let's poll the audience. Free digital goodie? Borderlands 4. Let's poll the audience on. Oh, wait, you guys get nothing.
You have to leave for the
All right.
floor.
We're going to go ahead and go with Borderlands 4. But before we do, let's go ahead and get some surprises for our people on stage anyway, even though they called me a butthole.
You don't get nothing.
You don't get nothing. All right. This has been Swag or Fail. Let's have some applause for our participants and our lovely assistants and also our critical failures.
Yep.
All right, we're going to go ahead and take you off the back way, and we'll get your surprises out there. And to talk about that thing that you guys really want to talk about, let's bring out Andrew Reiner.
Please welcome to the stage Andrew Reiner, Global Creative Executive Officer.
Hello, PAX. Good to see everyone. Wow, what a crowd. All right, who wants to learn a little bit about Borderlands 4? You know what? Let's gauge how much we reveal by how much noise you make. Let's try that again. Who wants to hear a little bit about Borderlands 4? Actually tricked you. We can't reveal everything, but that amount of volume would have been dedicated to revealing the entire game. For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm Andrew Reiner. I'm the Global Creative Executive Officer at Gearbox. Randy Pitchford invited me to be here, a part of the Gearbox team about 2 years ago. And on my first day of work, he sat me down and showed me Borderlands 4. You can't ask for a better first day of work. And I've been playing it pretty much every day since then, and it keeps getting better and better. But on that first day, what I saw made me have my jaw on the floor. I was blown away, and not just by what I was seeing on screen, but the ideas that the team is applying to this game. It's truly outstanding, and I think I can confidently say we're making the best Borderlands game to date. Yeah. And we have some of the team here to walk you through what we're making. And we're going to show you a little bit of stuff too. Not from in the game itself, but you'll see some stuff. Collectively, this group of people has about 100 collective years of development time working on Borderlands games. It's amazing. This is a senior team. They know what they're doing, and they're crushing it. So without further delay, let's bring out Anthony Nicholson, our senior product producer. Hello, hello. Good to see you, buddy.
What's up, y'all?
Graham Timmons, our creative director. Adam May, our art director. Sam Winkler, our narrative director.
First time!
Welcome to the stage, Sam.
Stunning debut.
And then Randy Varnell, our chief creative officer. All right, let's start with the teaser trailer a little bit here. You're seeing that on screen. You got Elpis there. Varnell, let's go back to day one. The planning that goes into something like this. How do we unveil a new Borderlands game?
Man, we literally start working on the next Borderlands like literally the hours after we ship the previous one. So like at the tail of Borderlands 3, where we're playing the game, we're watching you guys play the game, we're all enjoying that experience together, and then in those ensuing weeks, we're thinking about what can we do to continue that journey together? What can we do to do it even more, right? To think about that. We're here at the very beginning of the Borderlands 4 journey with you guys, and we love opening up at PAX because PAX is the best. You guys are the real fans, right?
Absolutely.
We wanted to give you, so this is again, keep in mind, really, really early. We're just starting talking about Borderlands 4. We got the teaser trailer out. We're going to talk about that. We're going to a little bit of stuff today. In the coming weeks and months, you're going to hear a lot more exciting things about Borderlands 4. So on the teaser trailer, though, it starts like it always does. A group of creative people sitting in a room, and we start asking ourselves, what are the coolest things that we can do that? So the teaser trailer, we started that work about 2 or 3 months ago, right? When we're thinking about getting ready for the moment a couple of weeks ago in PAX, and we get together and like, how do we think about the journey we've been on in previous Borderlands, and how do we go to a new place? What are the cool things that we do? What are the cool images? Where's that first image that you put on screen? And we all kind of throw things out at the wall, and we come up with familiar things like planets and cool effects and art, but then Firehawks, right?
Yeah, and what are some of those cool things that people will get really excited about? We want to make sure that they're pumped up about the things, but we don't want to reveal too much because that's why they're teaser trailers. But yeah, the Firehawk stuff, Sam, you guys really were thinking about how do we want to hit each of these individual beats to make sure that people are excited about what we're trying to hint at here.
Right. Well, the Firehawk is the beginning of this trailer, but really it's the ending of Borderlands 3. Has anyone played Borderlands 3? Has anyone beaten it?
I did.
Endgame?
No
No one's at Endgame.
Sam, walk us through the narrative that's going on in this trailer.
Well, so the last thing we saw in Borderlands 3 was the climactic events in which the moon of Elpis was going to destroy the planet Pandora. And our hero Lilith, a siren who's able to teleport using phase walk, sacrifices herself in order to teleport away the entire moon of Elpis. That happens mere seconds before what we see behind us here.
You wondered where the moon went?
There
it is.
It went somewhere.
Somewhere.
In the 6 galaxies.
Same universe.
Same universe. A patch of space that no one's seen in a long, long time, and there's a reason for that. We see the moon collide with this cloaking veil that is obscuring a planet. And what we see next tells us a little bit about what's going on in that planet.
First, this planet is hidden from the universe.
Completely. Hasn't been seen in ages.
So brand new.
And Adam, you had a nice contribution. What we're seeing here on these screens right now is the veil being shattered here. Can you talk about kind of your contribution? And you had this kind of eureka moment like, hey, I have an idea.
Yeah, that was actually a fun challenge. It was something we went back and forth on quite a bit. We had a whole slew of different iterations. We actually started out with something more ethereal, kind of like a giant projection, digital projection around the planet. And
like Wub Wub if it were in visual form.
Yeah, exactly. Just a little bit of sound up there, and that's it. But we quickly realized that just wasn't an interesting enough collision when the moon hits like a digital projection. And so we realized we needed to do something more physical with it. And so we looked at like breaking glass and a few other things. And finally I stumbled upon like some reference of these giant icebreaker ships that they use for exploring like the different poles that, crash their ships up against these giant plates of ice and they shatter and fly all over the place. And we were like, wow, now that's something cool. And that was it. And then we knew we had something that was awesome.
I mean, I don't know why I just didn't pull from all the existing reference of like actual planets colliding into other mystical invisible planets. There's a lot of that on the internet.
Yeah, that would have made it easier for sure. But no, this was a lot of fun. It's always cool to pull from like real life things. There's so much interesting, cool things out there that there's always a bottomless pit of things you can draw from.
Yeah, we had another moment. Randy Pitchford, we were in a creative session. There was like 17 of us on the call, and he turned off his camera. And it turns out he was like directing and acting in his own little video. You're seeing it on the screens here, but we were stuck on that mask flip moment. Vernell, if you kind of want to go into that.
Yeah, and one thing I love about our fans is just watching the cosplay. Like, so many of you share that heart of creativity with us. Like, so you know what it is to make something, right? And look for that moment where you're about to reveal it to your friends, you're about to show it off, right? So you work on a trailer, and we look for those moments, and we really scrutinize over the like seconds and half a seconds of timing. So we were all in a call trying to figure out, and Randy Pitchford, I wish he could be here talking about this today. He got frustrated. He's like, okay, watch out. And he literally turned around where he has bandit masks sitting around him, right? Grabbed one off the shelf and took, you see it up, I think back here, we took it and said, flip it around, like, this is how it needs to go. You want that moment, that iconic vision of Borderlands, the bandit mask with the vault symbol on it, flips around and hits, and it's timed that way in the video. And if you look at like what they did, the guys who put the video together for us literally mirrored that timing almost exactly. Like it was the moment that we did that, and it's a dozen of those moments and 100 of those moments that make the game and make the games that we bring to you guys.
Graham, I want to go over to you on the second half of this teaser trailer. There's kind of a raining effect, meteors coming in. Can you speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, there's a reason everything's in the trailer, right? And Elpis shows up here, and it rains down these meteors on the planet as an important element of what we're looking at here in the future. We wanted to have spectacle and effects and audio go on and really try to give people a little insight to this new world, this new undisclosed planet, and how this source of chaos arrives here when this big moment happens, how disruptive it is to this planet and to what it's doing.
And if you kind of go frame by frame through this, there's some secrets in there. A lot of people have figured them out, but There's also a city there. There's civilization here.
We know you guys. We know that you're going to take every frame of that and every word that we say on this panel and try to read in between what's going on. We have to be careful because there are marketing ninjas that will descend from the ceiling if we say certain trigger words. So we have to be careful.
Let's go to Borderlands 4 now. Like, proper the game. When I was a game journalist in a different life, one of my favorite questions to ask developers was, what was that initial spark that led to the creation of the game, or a sequel? It's always different. Sometimes that spark goes all the way through the creation of the entire game. It could be an innovative gameplay concept. It could be a unique storyline, or even creating an entirely new genre like we did with Borderlands all those years ago, right? The looter shooter. This is the OG. Farnell, let's go into that a little bit. Just kind of talk about day one. When we knew we kind of hit the ground running with Borderlands 4.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, we sit down in a room together, and literally, if you commiserate on being creators, right? We sit down with that empty whiteboard, that blank piece of paper, that empty pinboard, and we start thinking, we start asking ourselves, and it starts at a really honest place. What do our fans love? What do we love? And where do those things intersect? Where do we find that Borderlands, if you will, of where we meet together in the middle of the things we love about this universe that we've shared together for the last 15 years, right? And we start putting things on the board, and then we kind of yes and
putting things back on the board.
Yeah.
Because our ambition is always greater than our time allowed, and so as much as it's about continuing Borderlands as it exists, there's lots of things that don't make it. And we kind of want to throw those back on the boards to kind of re-examine, like, that idea that we didn't have time for, how could we bring that to the forefront and actually invest in it? So we've got some great stuff that we've thought about for years at this point that we're actually executing this time around, which is really exciting for the group of us who've been with the project so long to see this iteration and all these topics keep coming back and now having the ability to actually do them right.
Yeah, maybe this will be the Borderlands that the left-handed guns finally make it.
I wouldn't count on that one, per se. But there's some other stuff, I promise.
I like what you said there, too, because there's two pieces of what you guys were talking about. We care a lot about what the fans say. I was the head of DLC. He was the creative director over DLC work. And so, we were always listening to you guys and trying to engage and see, what are those things that we can do to make stuff better. Speaking of fans, I think I saw Melody and Michael, who, there they are. So these folks, they're friends of ours now. They got married at PAX, which was pretty sweet.
Oh, wow.
Years ago.
Hey, big applause for them.
Hey, guys. So,
love you guys.
We engaged with our fans. We really care. We want to see those things that worked well. Sometimes they throw stuff at us that we don't want to touch, we don't want to tackle.
Yeah, we get some very clear and direct feedback, and it's part of our job to read it all. I promise you, we have gotten some very clear messaging from the community, and we're very fortunate to have the community that we do have, that you guys are passionate enough to give us feedback. So we'll make sure everyone knows that's not lost on us, and we do watch our socials, we watch forums and whatnot, and I try to keep as much as what we have in mind and the goals that we want to accomplish as entertainers, but also make sure that we're meeting our community and meeting their expectations for what makes a great Borderlands.
Yeah, we care a lot about what you guys say, and so we'll take, what are the things that we did really well in Borderlands 3? What are some of the things that we didn't have time for, that we couldn't get to? And then what are some of those things that we've kind of always had on our whiteboard that maybe we haven't touched?
I mean, one of the things that we love to go very deep into, but that starts every project, who are our Vault Hunters this time around. So we will have 4 brand new Vault Hunters in Borderlands 4, right?
Surprise.
Surprise.
Surprise, yeah, right.
Reveal.
Graham, let's go into what it takes to create a Vault Hunter. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Well, when we look at the Vault Hunters, the first thing that we always try to look at is what is some fundamental promises and fantasies that players might have that we want to explore. So some examples might be, starting way back on BL1 was like a soldier fantasy, straightforward FPS style character, right? Carried on to Axton. If you look at another promise might be our sirens. Our sirens kind of speak to a mage or sorcerer fantasy in our very like sci-fi world. But even between each game, as much as we start to identify these fantasies that we want to explore with these Vault Hunters, we also think about how can we change them up. So our sirens, have been very, ranged at times in some of their abilities, but then in BL3, we wanted to flip that concept from what Maya was to Amara, and she went more physical and melee based. So even though we have some similar promises, we think it's important that we switch it up and not do just rote designs game to game and how we can change them. And Moe's is a big change to the soldier fantasy. We went straight up to mech. So when we look at these characters, we want to look at those fantasies and how we can fulfill them. And the other part that's really important for me as a designer is make characters that are approachable, interesting, just at a baseline, and account for complexity. I think our RPG side of the game is so important, and just like our first-person side, where we're always looking to expand and add depth, we're doing that on the RPG side, but we don't want to do that at the cost of complexity. And so I always look at our characters and understand, like, between their action skills, how much management might be happening when you press that action skill button. Is it just fire and forget, and that's great, it's a simple return on your investment? Or is to get the most value out of this character, do you have to kind of manage your action skill maybe over time, or how you do it? Amara's fourth skill tree that we added in the DLC for Borderlands 3 is an example. A lot of hers were fire and forget, but then I really wanted to make sure that she had a management skill. And so her fourth skill tree is moving that phase ball around the battlefield as a way to like have a range of complexity just within one character.
And Adam, to follow up on that, like you get the direction, hey, we want to have a soldier type or a new siren or something like that. Can you talk about kind of the design that goes into these? You helped create some of these characters. Lilith, I think, is one of your...
Yeah. Well, I've been involved since the first one, so Lilith was one of mine. Yeah. Love the cosplay.
Creator meet Lilith, Lilith meet creator.
Yeah, and well, our Vault Hunters across the board, though, have always been as different as we could possibly make them. I mean, they're misfits, outcasts, almost anti-heroes frequently, but they're adventure hunters as well. So frequently, we play with a lot of different ideas, different looks, different styles, different abilities, and we love those to actually influence the characters themselves. So frequently, they won't even look like a group of heroes that you'd expect to see together, kind of like a superhero group, but like a mix and match of all different kinds of them. But we also try to find like interesting ways to bring in all kinds of different backgrounds and histories and origins for them to make them each unique and special in their own right. But more than anything, it's about like fantasy fulfillment for us. We want these characters to be somebody that we'd want to play and someone that our players would want to play. So it's really about trying to imagine like the coolest version of what you could possibly be in this wild universe.
And Sam, building off that fantasy, you got to write the story for these characters, world building, character development, tonality. Talk a little bit about that, like what we're doing with Borderlands 4, with tone and maybe character a little bit.
Well, one of the privileges of working in the Borderlands franchise is that everyone sort of agrees what the tone should be and what is funny and what type of storytelling we should be doing.
And every joke lands.
And every joke lands in the room. That's obviously a lie. Even within Gearbox, there's a lot of different ideas of what Borderlands is and what it means and what it should be in every iteration. Borderlands 1 was, a desolate wasteland, but it was a treasure hunt kind of across that space. Borderlands 2 was a much more active revenge story. You were taking down a tyrannical dictator. Borderlands 3, it was a race. It was beat the twins and the COV to the vaults. With Borderlands 4, we want to bring it back to the player. We want to make sure that the player and the Vault Hunters are the central character of our story.
You are the heroes.
Yes.
100%.
The fans, literally. Thank you, guys.
Yes. We want to make sure that the world is
reactive. Let's applaud for that. Fans, you guys are the heroes. We're here because you share the universe with us.
We want to make sure that the world is reactive, that the world is grounded, that, while we keep our humor that brings a lot of people coming back to our franchise in the game, we want to make sure it is situational and it emerges naturally. So while we're building these characters, we're always thinking about making sure that they have strong personalities, that they will react differently to different situations, and that we see the effects of that.
Yeah, and whenever we're moving through, we're talking with design and looking at things on the artscape. Whenever we're moving through, we want to make sure that the Vault Hunters are the ones who are engaging and causing some of these things. They're the hero of the story, just like Sam was talking about. We've talked about things like putting Vault Hunters inside cutscenes and cinematics so that you can see them alongside and feel like they're a part of that story too. So a lot of those different things that go into feeling like you are the one who is pushing things along and getting things taken care of instead of being along for a ride.
So I'm gonna interject with this. Totally unplanned. You're gonna hate me for this. You guys have a rare chance here. You have the four of the key directors of our game. This is like hundreds of people working on Borderlands, right? But you have a moment here with our 4 directors that are going to go back and continue some really, really tough work on the game. You can influence them. So I want to do a little thing right here. We're not taking ideas and questions, but let's do a survey. Here's how you can influence them. We talked a lot about Vault Hunters, right? You guys have played, most of you here have played through Borderlands 3, and I know because of what we talked about, everybody has a favorite, right? So here's what I want to do. I want to take a quick survey in the room. I'm going to name a Vault Hunter, and if you felt that was your Vault Hunter, I just want you to scream real quick, right? Give us a shout out. Ready? Okay, here we go. Amara. Pretty good. Zane.
Yeah, Zane mains.
Mose. All right, some Iron Bears out here. I get you. Flack. I don't know. It's pretty close. What do you guys think?
I think it's pretty close, and I think that's a great sign that we've developed characters that have a pretty broad swath of interest. That's really important to us, that all 4 characters at that start of the game, if we did it right, you want to start all 4 characters before you go on this long journey with them. That's a really great sign.
And something we always talk about too is like finding that Vault Hunter for you. Like, what is your style, or what is that personality that you want to be able to incorporate?
We love everybody to find their character in Borderlands.
Yes.
All right, we've been showing the teaser trailer images from past Borderlands games. Let's show some new stuff, some art that you mentioned. Here is your first shot of concept art from Borderlands 4. Adam, let's talk about the art design overall, kind of what we're going for here and what you want to achieve as you're building new content, right?
Yeah, well, Borderlands universe is just super interesting, and there's so much to get to play with. I mean, it is like a post-apocalyptic world, but in the distant future. So it's like high-tech but low-fi, and it just creates all kinds of interesting opportunities on what we can do with tech and our weapons and our characters and our world in general. And I can't say much, but this has a lot to do with it here.
Well, here's another piece. Yeah.
There really, a lot of other things we haven't really had a chance to play with too much in the past is some of that high technology stuff. And so as you can see here, we're actually doing a lot of like digital projections, and we're getting to see some, because this has been such a isolated world, some of the things that you wouldn't have seen anywhere else in our
looks different than where we've been before.
Exactly, yeah, and that's the key thing we're always after is we want to see something new too. We don't want to just keep rehashing the same world over and over again, So we really get to play with more color and more tech in this world than we have in any others.
Yeah, fans, take a good close look at these images. There's some cool stuff in here. Like having played through the games and seeing some of this, I'm like, well, there's some good stuff in here.
Yeah, this definitely is the most diverse and beautiful game we've ever made. So I'm really excited.
I mean, you can go there and kill that.
Yeah. Right? You can kill everything. Yeah.
I think what's great also about those shots, we kind of highlight this whole idea of, like you were saying, tech that's been repurposed and kit bashed. I think in BL1, we kind of did a great job of establishing a tech level. And even with that, we're looking at ways how to kind of bend and break some of those tech level rules this time around to continue to kind of find something new and interesting for players to explore.
One of the wonderful problems we have is we have so many great characters. Like we just talked about some of the Vault Hunters. Varnell, go into that. Like, the balance between something new and different, and Sam, you could jump in here too, I think, on just striking that, like bringing back old favorites versus new.
No, we're creators, and we have, but we're 5 games, big games deep into a franchise, you know, on the main Borderlands line, including pre-sequels and Borderlands 4. And man, it's a great problem to have, where we have a ton of characters that we want to spend time with. And we, by the way, we do incessantly listen to what you guys talk to on the internet and on forums and stuff like that. We listen to all of the characters that you love and the characters you don't love, and we want to do that. But we're also creators. We want to come to the table and we want to add something new to the sauce every time, right?
Absolutely, and with the new planet comes a lot of new characters. In fact, in Borderlands 4, we're trying to focus on new characters and new stories, answering questions about...
Probably a little bit more new than
yes.
old, because we're in a new planet, a brand new place, right?
Yeah.
Looking at me, yeah.
That's a true statement.
That is correct.
We can say that. There'll be new characters in this game.
A couple familiar ones.
But really, I think what I kind of take away from all of that is we do like to consider ourselves storytellers. And it's really... We love creating characters with depth and complexity, you know, personal struggles that they go through that we can explore. And I think that's why our characters have resonated with our community. And we have people who do incredible cosplay like they have, because we try to create characters with depth. And we want to show them all the time in every game, but you know, players can only handle so many ideas and so many characters in one time before it kind of becomes, you know, in our very first-person shooter, run and gun, shooter-looter world, when you have all these voices going off, it can be really complex and hard to follow. And so I really like that this time around we're focusing on newer characters and telling their stories more clearly and concisely, as opposed to having a massive cast that we have to kind of juggle between all these points. So I'm really excited about kind of that focus this time around. I think the storytelling is going to be much stronger for it.
And that was something that we experimented with a lot in the DLCs for Borderlands 3.
Yes.
We treated those as standalone stories, very tight, concise arcs, and if someone was in that story, they had a very strong purpose there, and they themselves went through an arc. And we're trying to bring that mentality to this new project.
But still a vast world, right?
Yeah.
Big.
Absolutely.
And we want everybody to care about those characters in one way or another, right? Like, people don't spend the hundreds of hours that you guys do cosplaying stuff that you don't care about. So we want to make sure that there's something for everyone, and that there's personality behind it, and they look cool and they're badass.
I feel like we're getting a little too comfortable here. We're getting into a bit of spoiler territory. We're at time, but we have a lot more to share in the future, and we can't wait for you to see Borderlands 4 coming 2025. Thank you, everyone. Got to hand it over to Dan Hewitt again.
Hi.
Hi, Dan.
Hello.
Thanks, guys. Really
Thanks, guys.
appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Hi, everyone.
Let's give them a round of applause, y'all. All right, so that is our PAX show. Now, if you want, you can wish list Borderlands 4 right now. There's a QR code if you want to take advantage of that. Go out there and wish list it. And please, please, please come by and say hi to us. We're going to be doing a autograph signing in rooms 435 and 436 immediately after this panel. So come by, say hi. We're happy to sign pretty much almost anything you want within reason. And with that, have a great PAX, y'all. Take care.